Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today we are beginning our next job, our second healer job, as we pick up the job that evolves out of Conjure. Who is ready to become a white mage? Hello there, Isumiyan. I am ready for whatever you have for me next. Isumiyan has a task for a skilled adventurer. Satora, I am glad you have come. I have a task of most urgent and confidential nature, and I can think of none other to whom I can entrust it. You are doubtless familiar with the Seed Seers, yes? Connie Senna, Elder Seed Seer, leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, and guardian of our fair nation. Clearly needs no introduction, but know you also of her siblings. The two young Pajuls, Sister Rhea Osena and brother Arun Senna, make for Evershade as we speak, where they will perform a ritual of great import. Verily, such import that it would be no overstatement to say that the very fate of Gridanian hangs in the balance. As you well know, we dwell in this forest by the good graces of the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood, and most of all, the great one who dwells within the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and ill treatment of the trees that shelter us have aroused the Great One's ire, and it is only by the quieting, the ritual of which I spoke, that he may be placated. Thus did the two Seed Seers set out for Evershade, and with nary a guard to accompany them. Therein lies the rub, and the nature of the favor I ask of you. By no means would I question the powers of the Seed Seers, but with the Great One's anger mounting, the Twelveswood becomes a threatening domain for even the most puissant, someone tell me how that one's pronounced, of conjurers. Pray hasten to Evershade and see that no harm befalls the two. Okay, this does sound urgent indeed. Not having a bodyguard sounds like a recipe to get yourself in trouble, but I imagine they saw it as so urgent that they could not wait for a bodyguard. So, we'll have to go and provide backup. And again, like he said, they are most certainly very capable, but even the most capable of warriors should probably have someone watching their backs. Okay, so we need to head for the Evershade, the Guardian Tree, where, if you watch the Gridania opening arc, is where that climax took place. It is the Great Guardian Tree of the Black Shroud, down here to the southwest, west of Bent Branch. Okay. I just kind of went on this path on autopilot, didn't I? I was not paying attention to the screen at all because I was looking at the map. Okay, let's see. We've got this hill right here as we go past the Matron's Lethe, which leads up to the Sorrel Haven region. Head all the way up this river and we should arrive at the Guardian Tree, the Evershade. Hello there, Rhea Osena. How goes it? I see we have a duty, so let's go ahead and eat some food. We're going to want some spellcaster food, so something with spell speed up would be ideal, I would think. Either that or I want to say mind, since we're a healer, would also be good. Here we go, spell speed from some apple juice. Let's go ahead and drink some apple juice and get started. Curses! How can we hope to make it to the Guardian Tree with these ghastly creatures bursting forth like rampant weeds? If I'd known what we were in for, I'd have brought along a wood whaler or two. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. Oh, do not be such a coward, sister. We are Seed Seers. These overgrown vermin are no match for us. Bold words, brother, but were they true words, we would have dispatched our enemies and arrived safely at our destination bells ago. A conjurer, are you? Brother Isumi, ever the worrier. For once, however, his solicitude is most welcome. Might you help us dispose of these fell creatures? Have you no pride, sister? A Seed Seer does not beg the aid of some common adventurer. She just said that it's safe to assume we were sent by Brother Isumiyan. Enough, brother, we have a duty to perform. A duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now enough talk, let us see to these pests. Yeah, I will do whatever I can to help. Alright, I will save my potion of mind that I've got on hand for if we have a big boss-like creature showing up. Okay, I would like, please, to try and get the arrow going on all of the enemies we've got in front of us. And we can work through the Banemite. Banemite, are you going to be the biggest of our issues? In which case, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Potion of Mind now. It only lasts for about 12 seconds, but hey, increased damage is increased damage. Oh no, and of course they cast Silence on me. Oh, that is a huge issue. You're wasting my very limited potion. I finally use items for once, and I waste it, of course. Okay, well, at least for a short time it helped us out. Okay, Rhea, you're taking a bit of damage, so don't mind if I heal you a bit. Looks like you already had it covered, but at least I got you basically up to full. Move! And we've got water sprites showing up as well. Oh, this is a busy, busy area indeed. Oh god. Arun? You're probably going to be a little bit salty from me healing you, but you needed to be healed. Here, let me get this Lindworm off you. Oh my god, they just keep coming. The Great One is angry indeed. Okay, Lindworm down. And that's actually counting towards our hunting log. Nice. And down goes the Banemite. There we are. That crystal! Do my eyes deceive me, or does this adventure inherit the legacy of Atoa Kant? It was none other than Atoa himself who last performed the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventure's arrival is mere coincidence. Bearer of the Soul Crystal, inheritor of an arcane knowledge long since forbidden to those not of our kind. I know not why it is you he chose, but I believe our great forefather has led you to us this today. Ancient tradition dictates that the quieting be performed by 3 Pajals. Ah, but I misspeak. The ritual is to be performed by 3 white mages. If Master Atoa truly has chosen this adventure as his successor. You speak madness, sister. Surely you have not forgotten that Pajali tradition strictly forbids sharing the teachings with those not of our kind. The power of white magic is far too great to risk it falling into the wrong hands. And so you would uphold tradition merely for tradition's sake, even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath and bringing disaster upon our forest home. Have you so little faith in your own ability, sister? We are seed seers, more than capable of slaying any beasts in our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. Someone's got an ego. Ah, this petty bickering is getting us nowhere. Adventure, I am sorry to trouble you with our silly sibling squabbles. If you have the time, I would speak with you further. But not here. Come to Camp Tranquil and come quickly. Time is of the essence. Alright, off to Camp Tranquil, which is going to be South Shroud. On our way there, we can talk a little bit about White Mage. They will likely be filling in the details as we progress, if not in this quest, then slowly over the course of the White Mage quest line. But I don't think it is spoilers to say that White Mage is in fact an illegal job. We are technically not legally allowed to learn about White Mage, but we're going to be learning it anyway. As mentioned by the brother, It's not allowed for people who are not Pajal, which are the type of person that the two siblings there, as well as Kani Sena are. I believe Pajal are, I want to say they're typically here who have been chosen by the elementals and develop horns as a result of them being chosen by elementals. I want to say it's along those lines, but it will be filling in the exact details eventually. But Pajal are basically special people who have been chosen to protect the forest, and in order to prevent the misuse of white magic is only allowed to be taught to Pajal. We are not a Pajal, so it's going to be illegal for us to learn white magic. As for why it is illegal, again, this is something I don't really think is spoilers, this is lore, and it's actually something that was mentioned in another job quest already. This is the second of 3 jobs that relate to the War of the Magi, which ushered in the 6th Umbral Era, I want to say it was? Yeah, the 6th Umbral Era, ended the 5th Astral Era. Yeah, the War of the Magi was a war between several countries who used and abused magic, draining much of the ether of the realm, leaving only water ether remaining, which led to a calamity of water, a flood of the entirety of Eorzea, which ushered in the 6th Umbral Era and ended the 5th Astral Era. As a result of the War of the Magi, many of the magics that were involved in and resulted in that war have been basically made illegal. Only very, very specific people are allowed to learn them, if they are allowed to be learned at all. White magic being, of course, one of those. As for its part in the war, white magic was responsible for depleting wind ether and earth ether from the environment, and there was usage of water ether by white mages as well, though water ether is not so useful. It's not so useful to the point that it did not get used in the war. I guess it's not really fair to say that it's not that useful, because water magic, or water ether, I believe, is largely used in healing spells. So it was used in healing, of course, but it was a war. There was a lot more killing each other than actual healing going on. Also of note, I believe I mentioned at the end of the Conjurer 30 quest that there was a ability that was removed, and I think it was originally unlocked from the Conjurer 30 quest. That was the one very specifically water-themed, water-aspected spell that White Mage had. So water ether is so unused that it got dummied out from Conjure and White Mage, which is why it was left behind in such great quantities as to cause the 6th Umbral Calamity. I love it. It's great. Alright, Rhea Osena, I have shown up. I am ready to learn about white magic. Thank you for coming, adventurer. Forgive my brother's rudeness. He cannot help that he was born with a head of solid stone. Anyways, I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am Rhea Osena, a Pajal, as you can see, and sister of the Elder Seer. You are Satori, yes? Brother Isumi has spoken of you, and most highly at that. As you no doubt have heard, my brother, Arun, and I were en route to the Guardian Tree. There, the Great One, by whose graces we dwell here, resides. The gentlest of guardians when at peace, a destructive force that knows no bounds when angered. As the Great One goes, so goes our fate. The creatures you helped us dispatch, doubtless they, too, were roused to hostility by the Great One in his anger. You need only look around you to see, the force grows more and more threatening with each passing hour. So it is that we traveled here to quell the Great One's fury, to perform the quieting. In the days of old, the ritual was, without fail, performed by 3 white mages. With our elder sister occupied with her many duties, my brother and I thought to attempt it on our own. Arun was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was then that you arrived, and shortly thereafter became one of the chosen few to be gifted with a white mage's soul crystal. 'Tis no small honor. That gem marks you as an inheritor of the magic of our ancestors. My brother's pride may blind him, but the signs are clear as day to me. You are not Pajali, but Atoa Kant meant for you to be here today, to perform the ritual with us. Atoa Kant is known to all as one of the greatest mages in our history, but even more so, he was known for being something of an eccentric. In defiance of tradition, he bid farewell to his forest home, wandering the realm and healing the wounds of the land and its people wheresoever he went. A most admirable cause, yes, but alas, Atoa was never to return. He perished in a far-off land, and having taken no apprentices, his legendary powers were lost to us for eternity. Or so I believed, until I met you. And yet for all his stubbornness, there is some truth to my brother's words. Ancient laws forbid us from sharing the teachings of white magic outside of our own kind. There are reasons for this, which I would share with you when the time is right, and I have already shared with you. There are many who would not approve of this arrangement. Still, I am convinced that it is Atoa's will that we bring you into the fold, so I welcome you, Satora of the White. I can feel the Great One's fury welling up even now. Time is short, and yet, while you may have been chosen by Atoa, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Return to me when you have further honed your skills, and we shall proceed with your training. Alright, that is our level 30 White Mage quest done, and we can now become a White Mage. And we learned the new action, Presence of Mind. Let us learn about Presence of Mind. I think I know what ability that is. Oh, right, we need to actually equip our Soul Crystal first before we can use that. The Soul of the White Mage. Let's go ahead and set that as our new gear set. Do we have any new recommended gear? We've got a plumed U-Crook. Let me go ahead and equip that. And then let's check out our new ability, or at least our abilities we have. So we have our basic Cure, Arrow, Medica, Raise, Stone 2, and Cure 2 as we had before. We also, of course, have our role actions, Repose, Asuna, Lucid Dreaming, and Swiftcast. In addition to that, we have now learned Presence of Mind, Instant Cast, 2-minute cooldown, reduce a spell cast time and recast time, and auto attack delay by 20%, lasts for 15 seconds. Now that is a good ability. Reducing cast time and recast time, and auto attack delay? We're going to get a lot more spells out, and that's going to be useful. Now then, I'm going to go ahead and reset up my hotbar since they have destroyed my hotbars now that we are a white mage. And then we can get started with the hunting log. Alright, when I got my hotbar set up, we've got AoE on the right, Stone 2 above that on the right side hotbar. I put Presence of Mind on up on the right side directional buttons. I've got Cure and Cure 2 over here on the left, and Repose and Asuna next to that. On the back, we've got Swiftcast and Raise and Lucid Dreaming. And then on our hidden hotbar, we've got Medica, since that's an AoE heal. Actually, I'm thinking, let's move that over there, so if we get any AoE attacks, we can put them on the face buttons, and then our AoE heals are on the directional buttons. Alright, now we can get started on our hunting log for the day, and our first target should actually be here in the South Shroud. We've got Big Mouth Orobon, and I believe those are going to be, I want to say those are out here actually in this lake over here by Camp Tranquil. So let's see, Big Mouth Orobon, Big Mouth Orobon. We're looking for coordinates 1731, so a bit further south and a bit further west. Ah, there's the Big Mouth Orobon. We just need to hunt 4 of those. And then we can move on to our next targets, and I believe our next few targets are going to be in the Central Shroud. Alright, let's get Presence of Mind going so we can do a faster cast. I may have brought on too many enemies, but that's... yeah, I probably brought on too many enemies. It's fine. Give me a Cure 2. And it doesn't even matter because we're fully healed. Nice, Cure 2, good. So, I guess we can also start talking about what kind of healer White Mage is. I talked about the different healer types a little bit when we were playing as Scholar. But there's 2 broad types of healers in the game. There are barrier type healers, which Scholar is, who put up shields in order to prevent damage from being dealt. And then there are regeneration healers who put up regeneration effects to make sure that your party members are slowly healing over time. In addition to those, you do have your basic healing spells where you directly just heal a party member, but It's generally preferred to either set up regeneration or set up a shield in order to mitigate how much you need to focus on healing so you can focus on doing damage instead. I have forgotten to pull out my chocobo. That is a mistake I will be regretting very shortly. It's not too much experience we've lost out on him, but it still. Okay, with the Orobon done, let's go ahead and ride on to the Central Shroud, and we can take on our next target. But yes, there are the two types of healers. I've talked about how Scholar is a barrier healer, so you can probably guess that White Mage is going to be a regeneration healer. Instead of putting up shields to protect our party members from damage, we're going to put up regeneration effects so that any damage they take will be healed off over time, but without us really needing to intervene too much. And we don't have regeneration abilities quite yet, but we will be getting them in due time. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and make my way up to the Central Shroud. Alright, both of our Central Shroud targets can be found in roughly the same area. And this is an area we've been to several times for hunting logs and for side quests, but I'm going to show the route one last time before we officially go there in the main story tomorrow. Oh, thank goodness, finally. So, from Ben Branch, we're going to head out north, take a left immediately to go west, and we're going to climb up the Matron's Lethe. This will bring us to the Sorrel Haven area, which I pointed out on the map earlier. And once we're up here at the Matron's Lethe, we should be able to find our targets. We are looking for Lindworms, of which we fought 3 of the 4 we need to hunt during the duty where we were fighting with the siblings. And then the other 4 we need to hunt, or the other enemy we need to hunt, is 4 Revenants, which we should be able to find a little bit west from here. Same area, a little bit west. Maybe a little bit southwest, actually. Alright, one last Lindworm, and then this hunting log entry is done. I guess since we're fighting both of you, might as well do an arrow on both. Alright, there we go. Lindworm is dead. And now let's go ahead and ride on over to our next target, Revenants. We're looking for about coordinates 1120. And I get the feeling they're going to be down this path, which we haven't really gone down yet, but it's going to lead us down into a little bit of a cave. Yeah, here we are. Hello there, Revenants. We need to hunt 4 of them. And I did check, Juniper is a little over halfway to their next rank, so we are making progress there. I'm gonna check again once we finish the hunting log. I don't think they'll be quite at rank 6, but they might be getting close. Okay, there's 2 more to go. We'll hit you and we'll hit you. Oh, we got something going on down here. I'm kind of curious to check it out after we've dealt with the Revenants. Here, you get over here. Alright, this should finish off the Revenants. Now, what is going on with this thing? Let's hop onto Juniper and be ready to make a run for it. Huh. It kind of looks like a fossil of some kind, but it's also clearly not a fossil. It looks like it's layers of rock. But very compressed layers. Layers are normally much thicker than that, I would think. Interesting. Alright then, our next destination, I believe, is going to take us to... Oh! Hello! I didn't think we were going to be going there quite yet, but sure. Who wants to go to a new area? A brand new area. Our next destination is going to take us out to Kurthus. Kurthus. We are not going to be going there in the main story for a little bit, but I guess we're going there now. And it is the level 35 log entry, but we're already pretty close to Kurthus, so we might as well go now. So heading into North Shroud, we can find the entrance. And while we're here, yeah, we can also look for an Ixali Fear Caller to finish off rank 1 of the Twin Adder hunting log. Nice. Oh, we're having a good day today. So, let's see. In order to get to Kurthus, we're gonna head west out of Fallgord Floats. And as we exit the area, we're gonna follow the path up and to the northwest. We went up to that spire in the last side questing episode where we did a few jobs for them. And we're gonna keep heading past them to reach Kurthus. Now, Kurthus, if you've played 1.0 but not the modern version of the game that starts with A Realm Reborn, Kurthus is about to look very weird. Because in the original release of Final Fantasy XIV, in the 1.0 version, Kurthus was not covered in snow. Kurthus was not in the slightest covered in snow. Let me just go ahead and mark off that I got that achievement real quick. Mapping the realm, Kurthus Central Highlands. Perfect. So back in 1.0 of the game, this was a very, very grassy area. I mean, it was still kind of mountainous and full of plateaus, but it was not covered in snow. All of the snow has been basically permanent ever since the Calamity. Dalamud falling put such a huge change into the environment that once a very grassy area, where actually this is where chocobos used to be raised for all of Eorzea. This is where all the chocobos originally came from, in the lush grasses and light forest land spilling over from from the Black Shroud of Kurthus, but now it's just all snowy. The environment has changed significantly thanks to the Calamity, and it's really kind of terrifying just how dramatic the change is. Okay, so we've got ornery caracoles here we need to hunt. We're gonna need to hunt 4 of them in total, and that'll clear out this entry in the hunting log. Then once we're done with that, we can take a look around for the Ixali Fear Caller. Let me just go ahead and get a cure up real quick. I should have probably done a cure too, but oh well. Let's do that now. Okay, one more ornery Caracul. And we're getting some Caracul skins. Nice, that'll be useful for crafters. And there's our last target. Hunt you down, and then it's time to hunt the Ixal. The Ixal. Ixal? I don't know. I'm never even consistent, which is annoying. Alright, ornery Caracoles are done. Now let me check. Where can we find that Ixali Fear Caller? Coordinates 3127, so east and slightly north? So it's gonna be up this way through this tunnel. There's an Ixali Wild Talon, you're not who I'm looking for. There's an Ixali Fear Caller. Take you on to finally finish off the first rank of our Twin Adder hunting log. And that might actually put us in a place where we can go and get the next rank in the Twin Adder, which would be nice. Ow, please don't do that. Very rude. But I will check if we're able to do that after we finish the hunting log for the day. Though I am really curious to check right now. No, we don't have enough company seals. Okay, fair enough. We need to complete the first rank of the Twin Adder hunting log and also get a certain number, I think 4,000, maybe 5,000 company seals before we can get to the next rank of Twin Adder. But we'll get that soon enough. Okay, now then, on to our next destination for our hunting log, I believe. Oh god. Next, we're going to be heading to Southern Thanalin? Let me check that real quick. I see Southern Thanalin, Lenosia, and Lenosia. So, Southern Thanalin it is. I will meet you over there, and we will come back to explore more of Kurthus in due time. Alright, it was a bit of a hike, but I've made my way to the far south end of southern Thanalin, where we can find the Sagoli Desert. I've shown the route to get down here a few times in several different episodes for several different classes, so I'm not too worried about showing it again. It's just head south from Little Alamigo and be careful of all the Amalja. But we should have somewhere around here our next target. We need to fight one single sandworm. Ah, hello, sandworm. I'm here, unfortunately, to kill you, so do me a favor and perish. I have the presence of mind to make this quick for you. Haha, haha, wordplay. Oh god, dodge! And down it goes, nice and easy. Alright then, next up I believe we are heading to Lanosia. Alright, for our next targets, we are heading over to Eastern Lanosia. To get there, we can just take the boat from the Fishers Guild over to Costa del Sol. And we should be able to find our targets in the area. So we are looking for a Gigantode, and we are looking for Bloodshore Bells. Alright, Bloodshore Bells should be found right along the Bloodshore here, the eastern shore of Vilbrand. If we can find them, there they are. Hello there, Bloodshore Bells. I need to hunt, what, 2 of you, I think? Oh dear, I'll check that in a minute. Or I'll check it after we've killed 2 Bloodshore Bells and confirm that that's the number we need. Okay, have any of us taken debuffs? It doesn't look like it. It looks like we're fine. 1 down. And there's 2 down. Nice. Okay. No, it looks like we still do need to hunt a few more. Ah, right, they're their own independent sets, not part of the larger set, so we do need to hunt 4 in total. Oh god, they're coming from everywhere. Stick an arrow on you. And we'll just go 1 at a time. Hang in there, Juniper, we've got this. Oh, I don't need to use Cure 2. Cure 1 would be sufficient. Oh god, move! Oh, and we got a free cure. Don't mind if I top myself up with that. Oh, I love when free cure triggers for me. How you doing, Juniper? You do not look like you're doing very well at all, actually, so let's get you healed up a bit. You're doing good. You're doing very, very good. But you just can't die. I'd prefer if you didn't do that. Dang, you took care of that Bloodshore Bell all on your own, and we hit level 33. Nice. Okay, with that done, next up is the Gigantodes. That'll be over in Raincatcher Gully, so let's go take a boat. If we take this boat right over here, we should be able to get there easily. I know I should probably be introducing the area since we haven't been here in the main story, but we've been here so many times for literally everything else. Can you blame me for not really wanting to do it again? You can just come here via the boat, explore the area. It's Costa del Sol. It's a familiar location for Final Fantasy veterans. You can chill and relax on the beach and fight Bloodshore Bells. Okay, there's the ferry skipper. Bring me over to the Raincatcher Gully. And let's go find those Gigantodes. They should be off to the west along the main river here. Just follow the river and we will make it there soon enough. Hello there! There's a Gigantode right off the bat. How many do we need to fight? Just 2? Actually, I'm surprised it is 2 and not just 1. Given that this is a pretty large group of enemies we need to fight for this log entry. 4 separate enemies in 4 separate maps? You'd think it'd be a little bit fewer numbers per map, but... Okay, 2 Gigantode skins, and our next target's right there. Just don't... They're gonna... Yep, they're gonna do that. Please don't tongue me. It's gross. No one likes to be tongued by a gigantode. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I don't really want to think about it. Maybe I shouldn't have broad, sweeping statements like that. I feel like someone's gonna disagree with me. Okay, next up, our final target's going to be in Upper Lenosia, and we are basically there already, so this will be perfect. Also, Juniper, how you doing? You have hit rank 6? Oh, heck yes. Excellent, excellent. Let's go ahead and I'll mark off that you've hit rank 6, and then what skills do we want to give you? We've got 9 points, so we can give you the rank 4 for Healer, Choco Cure, and we can also give you Choco Beak from Attacker. Very nice. Cure is going to be a good healing spell, and Choco Beak, a damage over time ability. Nice. Okay, to get to Upper Lenosia, we just head north from the Raincatcher Gully docks, past Wineport, and through this path, and we will be there soon enough. Okay, and our target should be somewhere around here. We are looking for Mamulja infiltrators. And I want to say they're going to be up in this area. If we keep heading down the path past Camp Bronze Lake, they should be right around the entrance to Zelma's Run. And they might spawn with this fate, but I'm seeing more breeders than anything. Breeders and executioners, so... I'm gonna go to where I'm pretty sure the infiltrators will definitely spawn. Oh, here we go, Mamulja Infiltrator. Hello, how are you doing today? Who's following me? Okay, that's a mount. That is a mount, that is not a beastie. That is not a giant beastie following me. That would have been terrifying. And Mamulja down. Do we need to fight one more? We do need to fight one more. Okay, well, there should be plenty in the area. We've got a Sophist, an Executioner, a Breeder, a Sophist. There's an Infiltrator. Did I feed Juniper another Gissel Green? Or did it replenish upon getting a rank up? No, there's no way I fed another Gissel Green, otherwise I'd be well over 30 minutes. Alright, oh crap. Okay, well, the good news is our hunting log is done for the day. Bad news is we're under attack. Hello there, Mamulja Sophist. I believe this was my fault. I probably accidentally cast one too many times. Okay, now let's get out of here before we cause any more trouble. Okay, hunting log is done for the day. Excellent, and with that, I'd say we've made some fantastic progress. Next time on Final Fantasy XIV, what do you say we finally finish up our investigations over in Fallgourd Float? I'll see everyone next time for that.